Hi guys, welcome back. Well, we are starting the video with a very simple match, a very common match you might face. Um, RG, I think, is one of the most broken decks there are now. Um, I say so because I face it a lot. So that maybe it's not that. People say it's like a high skill deck, RG, which I don't disagree with that. I do not disagree, but I don't know. I think like a lot of people play that deck. I see it like when a deck is high skill is where you it's hard to play. It's hard to get damage. It's not something people like to play. Because it's not easy to play. It's not easy. As you see, I use a quick Royal Ghost to kill his Royal Ghost because I don't want to read damage on my tower. I didn't have anything else to defend the Royal Ghost. But yeah, I don't like playing the RG, but I don't think it's like the highest skillest deck. Egiant right now might not be one of the skillless ones because it's played quite a lot, I think, compared to a few months ago. If you compare the amount of players that play Egiant now compared to the amount of players that play a few months ago, well, it changed drastically. Um, the stats changed because people now play more Gen than they used to because Gen is a bit better in the meta. We can all agree with that, thanks to the evil baby dragon and other factors. I think maybe not so much cycle decks going there and well, meta it's good for Gen, not like the best because still it's not like a ton of players on the top with RG. Most players that are on the top are one tricks, but like Matt, for example, the best gen player. But still, I think it's a bit better, at least for now. For now, because depending on the meta, well, it might be get worse. It might get worse. But yeah, RG is something that has always been in the meta. It's something that is strong. It's a very strong win condition RG. Plus the Evo is very nice as well. Well, my dude here did a skill combo, RG plus the plus the Evo Royal Ghost, and well, I'm going to get some damage there. Yeah, for example, another thing that I want to discuss is that the, the people say sometimes minor is a skill, Dris is a skill, Hot Rider 2.6, but that's spamming as well, man. People call spamming other decks, but logged by all of that, that's spam as well. You're going, and it's even easier because if you consider it, miner will always get on tower. Like it's a win condition that you try a tower and you're going to get guaranteed damage. It doesn't happen with the giants. RG is a bit easier to get him to get damage, but not that much like a miner, a drill, or even worse, Rocket Cycle, even worse. Rocket might need a skill for defense because of his tiny range, tiny range. But if you use it as a weak condition, that's just no skill, man, because that's 500 and I don't know how much guaranteed damage. So yeah, that's what I mean. Win conditions that are guaranteed damage, man, are not skill at all. Maybe the defenses you made with them might be skill, but the win condition is not a skill. Well, we continue in the next game because this game ended up. I will keep on. Well, now we're facing this deck, which is I don't know if some of you guys remember, but there was a moment where the Dagger Duchess was extremely good, like broken. And there was a deck which was broken with Dagger Duchess, which was Rocket Cycle plus Little Prince and the Princess. It was just Cyclone Rockets at your tower and well defending perfectly. Didn't even have miner like this one. But yeah, this deck. I mean, I don't want to like not give credit to his plays. You know. Well, for example, that look at that, man. How are you going to throw a rocket to my bowler, man? That's something that it's you cannot do that. That's something that cannot happen and get away with that, which he's going to, because I don't have any evils. It's single elixir and well, free damage for him. The same with lightning, man. When I'm going to use well, that lightning was nice because I use it on the princess. You know, that's why I got damage on the princess as well. And well, the giant got some damage. I managed to make him get some damage. Um, but what I mean is, you know that when you don't have it guaranteed, that you depend on your opponent to make a bad play, because that was a bad play. I think that Tesla, it just allowed me to kill the princess as well, because if I couldn't hit the princess with the lightning, maybe I would think twice about having the lightning, because now I will have to kill the princess as well, and well, that would be a problem for me at the end of the day. That would be very bad. That was a good play by him to tank, but that's something I can defend easily, man. And well, I get Ticking Tower activated and it gets easier for me. Now, since I know he has Rocket, I have to go with push on the other side, so that he will defend the Yang and try to cycle two Giants on the other side. Now, here I cannot go for anything at the miner because he's going to Rocket that. That's very hard to defend. I had to kill that as quick as possible, that Tesla, and well, now we have equal damage on both sides. 22,000 damage on both lane, I think. Or something like that, yeah. 2,500. Well, man. This deck is going to, I mean, that's an Ado, man. That's an Ado, very bad. Even, that was a bad like night, because if he used it a bit sooner, maybe the bowler wouldn't walk too much to hit the tower from there. Why this is counter? Because he can just like the go with miners like that. I cannot use a troop. I cannot even use a troop on that, because he's going to attack me with a rocket and kill whatever I put there. So I have to either use a knight on the miner or let it go, man. And if he tanks it with something like a knight, well, it's going to do a lot of damage. Um, he was playing weird. I'm going to admit that the Evo Royal Ghost is very nice in certain matches like this one and Log by, but still it's not. I think they got advantage, man. I think still. But yeah, man, that's why I think that the Yang is a bit more skills than those cycle decks. I don't think cycle is a skill, it's more a spam, to be honest. Of course, if you play a deck that is just spam, whatever it is, like spamming without thinking, I agree, that's not a skill. But that's what most cycles decks are, spamming. Hawk 2.6. I admit though the defenses they do are a skill, because when you play a building, that's you have to know placement and think about the timing, all of that. But usually cycle decks, and if they don't even have the if they don't even have the what's called the building, well, that's pure spam, my friend. Like Hypno deck, that lobby deck, oh my god, that's just pure spam, man. He even plays sometimes with building or even with rocket, he has to decide, I think. But yeah, that's pure spam. um Yeah, Yang, I like Yang, man, because I mean, I'm not going to host my deck. That's obvious, Yang. I'm not going to host it, but um, I don't know. I feel like Yang is a like combination of defense plus good attack. Like it's not that you depend only on defense. You depend on defense only, but you have to know when to attack. And you have to think well. You have to make a good push because if you do a bad jam, you are giving away 7 elixir. That's the bad thing about it as well. Usually most cycle decks will just win against Giant too. So they feel easy because it's a bit expensive, all of that, and it's hard to keep up with the spammy cycle of cycle decks. And you have to eat a lot of damage in those sequences, those moments. Here we're facing Three Musketeers. Three Musketeers, I think it's a good match, to be honest. I can defend easy, but if they play well, like any match, they can outplay you. Well, you're screwed because sometimes that push of the double lane push of Musketeer is going to hit you hard. It's going to be very, very badly. You have to take a lot of advantage from your bowlers because he's the one that is going to save you. Nobody else, man. Um, Ghost is very nice as well because I can hit 2 musketeers at once and try to kill them. He was going to support that musketeer alone, so I had to do that. And well, here is where I'm going to eat some damage from the ghost because it's going to be same damage than the other tower, which I can eat. I'm going to like have equivalent damage on both lanes. Now he's going to use the 3 musketeer, good 3 musketeer because I can lightning and one way stay alive that placement. But I mean, was good damage. Was not bad. I did damage. That nader was very good. And yeah, I think the ghost was a bit bad, but my ego ghost because I wasted my ego, but um, not that bad, not that bad of play. And well, here that golden knight hitting tower, last hit. Here he had the Royal Piggies, Evo Royal Piggies, Flying Piggies, and while here he did a lot of damage, a ton of damage. I had to use Nero because that was going to be a ton. Sadly, the Oil Ghost didn't hit, so I went with a very late barbarian battle. But yeah, I think I have to lightning only the 3 musketeers every time because if you lightning the hunter, well, that's a free 3 musketeers at the bridge or at the back of the king tower. So I have to keep that in mind as well. But if defend well and not get too aggressive, which is how you have to play this deck, then you can win. To be honest, I think it's winnable. Um, yeah, those were horrible piggies, to be honest. Yep, that's a GG, my friend. He has the Evo though now, but he gave me some free nados every time. I appreciate that, my friend. Lining at once. When they do that, you have to be quick to hit the tree. That's 3 elixir for you because 9 versus 6. And while this push, he cannot stop it. So GG for me. Thank you for watching, guys. See you in the next video.